for just a moment. How can one truly achieve greatness? What are the characteristics that makes one great? Can a single mother living in the 21st century achieve greatness? Can a man that has been divorced and lost the right to see his kids achieve greatness? Can an employee that has been downsized out of a job and unemployed for 6 months achieve greatness? Is it possible to achieve greatness in the face of arguably the worst economic crisis in American history? Contrary to popular opinion, greatness is not a measurement of success, but rather the ability to only stand in the face of adversity and also to take a step towards one's goals in the face of resistance and or one's fears. In that sense, one can only achieve greatness when they dare to be great while being confronted with great challenges. How is it that two confronted by the same crisis, yet one of them flourished and the other is left in detriment? The difference is that the one would use imminent crisis as a justification for failure, whereas the other one will interpret the same crisis as a stepping stone to greatness. Sir Isaac Newton, abandoned by his mother at the age of 3, was an English physicist, mathematician, astronomer, natural philosopher, alchemist, theologian, and arguably the greatest and most influential scientist that ever lived, once metaphorically depicted inertia in the following expression: trials are the medicines which our gracious and wise physician prescribes because we need them, and proportions the frequency and the weight of them to what the case requires. Let us trust his skill and thank him for his prescription. In other words, Sir Isaac Newton understood that inertia is the essential ingredient of resistance necessary to legitimize one's greatness. Consequently, the greatness of our nation can only be defined by the inertia of its history and the strength of the generations that have dared to excel in the face of the slave trade, the Great Depression, the Civil Rights Movement, presidential assassinations, the glass ceiling, single parenting, and even the current economic crisis. To my colleagues, I say congratulations. Becoming graduates was not an easy task. It has taken sacrifice, tears, long nights, and for some, abandonment. We have grown as a cohesive family within the parameters of our individualized programs through the networking opportunities and the collaborative efforts that it has taken to achieve this plateau. It is unfortunate that many individuals haven't tasted the sense of accomplishments that graduates earn the luxury of enjoying. Therefore, their allegiance to failure prohibits them from celebrating the success of another. Success should never be diminished to the 21st connotation of materialism and influence. Success should always be measured by one's ability to dare to dream and to manifest the strength that it takes to make the necessary sacrifices to fulfill that dream. In the words of President Obama given during his inaugural speech, and reaffirming the greatness of our nation, we understand that greatness is never a given. It must be earned. Our journey has never been one of shortcuts or settling for less. It has not been the path for the faint-hearted, for those that prefer leisure over work or seek only the pleasures of riches and fame. Rather, it has been the risk-takers, the doers, the makers of things, some celebrated, but more often men and women obscure in their labor, who have carried us up for the long, ragged path towards prosperity and freedom. So graduating is a milestone to be celebrated. Remember, this is just the beginning. For many of us, this is our genesis. Others will transition into successful careers and familyhood. Remember that graduation is just the beginning. There will be some inertia awaiting you as you transition into your diverse careers, and even more to overcome as you walk through the precipice called life. This is a moment to be proud of. Never grow stagnant in the pursuit of liberty, life, and happiness. As a fellow alumni of ITT Technical Institute, I challenge all of my fellow graduates to live up to the expectations of Langston Hughes, an African-American poet, social activist, novelist, playwright, columnist, whose father abandoned him as a child by holding fast to your dreams. For without them, life is as a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to your dreams, hold fast to your goals, hold fast to your vision for your life, hold fast to your diligent pursuit of greatness, but first take a moment to exhale and enjoy this grand achievement. Celebrate with your family, celebrate with your loved ones, celebrate with your instructors, celebrate with your colleagues. For in the words of the Honorable Thurgood Marshall, none of us got where we are solely by pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps. We got here because somebody, a parent, a teacher, a spouse, a child, a pastor, or God, bent down and helped us pick up our boots. This is a shared accomplishment, one for all of us to be proud of. IGT means more than integrated telephone and telegraph. To the graduates and staff, it means it takes teamwork. Thank you.